Well, good afternoon. My name is Joanne Lockwood from See Change Happen, and today I'm joined by Janice. Janice, we're here at Unleash, and we're both ambassadors.
Yeah, lovely. It's a fantastic program, but it's a fantastic venue, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's wonderful, the amount of variety of people that we've met on the program. So what is the ambassador program? Perhaps we ought to talk about that.
Yeah, I suppose what it means to me is, being selected as an ambassador by a global brand such as Unleash is quite an honour. They obviously respect us as thought leaders, influencers in the HR tech space, and to want to use our contacts to promote their brand. And in return, they promote our brand through their channel.
Actually, we've got somebody that it would be quite good for us to get on film. Come on, Mark.
So,
Hi.
We're joined by Mark Coleman.
Yeah,
Hi,
Mark Coleman, founder of Unleash.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the ambassador program and what we've learnt and how great this is. So
you had a good show?
Yeah, had a good show. How's it been for you?
Great. I think everyone's had a good time.
Yeah.
We're nearly finished now, so back on a plane.
Home straight.
Home straight to
On the
Budapest.
last legs, exactly.
On to
Can't wait.
And then on to Vegas in 2 months, and everyone, I don't know where your viewers are looking from, but we should go to Paris in October.
Paris. Yeah, that's the World Expo, isn't it?
That's the World Expo.
So what's different about Paris then?
Well, it's 10 times bigger than this.
Yeah, wow.
It's a multi-purpose venue. We're going to be trying lots of new and exciting stuff. It's the flagship event for us in the year. I guess it's the diversity. We talk about diversity. There's 120 countries at the show.
Yeah.
So it's everyone from all over the planet. And the cool thing about that over everything else that's out there is that 120 countries means people are, more inclined to give away business intelligence and trade secrets and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, quite competitive.
Yeah, they're less guarded, so the conversations are much better.
Yeah.
And they're more fun.
Yeah.
People are more fun, right?
Yeah.
That's important.
And then Vegas. Tell us a bit more about Vegas.
Vegas is a smaller event. We're trying to conquer the US as well.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that gives us we're the first company to be transatlantic.
Yeah.
And so I think when I started this business, 70% of our business came from Silicon Valley, even though we're in Budapest and the event was in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting dynamic.
Very
and so now we know everyone. I think we've got a very powerful community. So the idea is that we want to bridge America with Europe. Even with all the politics that's going on in the world.
Yeah. And I think it's great that they get another perspective with so many people coming from around the world to this event under one core theme as well. And I think there's so much to be talking about with AI, the future of work, diversity and inclusion. It's a really exciting time at the moment, isn't it?
It's the best time to be in HR right now.
The whole employee brand, the experience of the candidate is very important. Putting the human touch back in is very important from a D&I perspective. But also
and technology actually enables you to kind of bring people back into it, actually, rather than taking people out of it.
It does. That's
and
what
I think
I've
that's
always
a real
said.
challenge.
That's where we get our slogan from.
Yeah.
It helps optimize, enable, and unleash your people.
Yeah.
It's the tools, but there's only so much the tech and the tools do, actually.
Yeah.
So I don't want to kill it for all our vendors here, but that's the reality, and that's where we start to have fun.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, we're
Thank
certainly
you so
having
much.
fun.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, that was lucky, wasn't it?
That was great. Yes, definitely. So that's the ambassador program. Really, you get to talk to everybody. Yes.
So, at the Excel in London, to Vegas, to Paris. I'm certainly proud to be an ambassador. I think it's a really great program. I know you are as well.
Well, this is the first time that I've done this. I've been an ambassador as a social influencer. So we kind of know what we're doing. But it's really exciting when you get a different theme. You kind of start speaking to new people, and it really challenges your own thinking, doesn't it? It's nice to actually get out of your own box and start connecting with lots of people from all over the world. I mean, who's the most interesting person that you've met today that you didn't already know?
Someone brand new. Oh wow. I suppose at this conference, and this is not a plug for the app, but this is the Video My Job app. And I see it as far more than just about videoing a job advert. It's a platform that we're using now to engage with audiences, and rather than procrastinate about live video and uploading things, we can turn content on our phones on the fly while sitting in a hall like this. And that to me is that's my wow moment of the 2 days.
And I do quite a bit of video, but I've never found a platform. So thank you, Joanne, for putting this on, because I've never found a platform that's so easy to use. So certainly, I enjoyed that. But I think also, I've never met Susan Greenfield before, and I love her content. I find it really challenging, talking about how the brain works and how we can actually use that in the workplace to make it work for us. And I think that's really important, especially when we're often talking a lot about technology. We need to bring it back to humanizing
I agree.
The workplace, because I think that can get lost. So there was also Tim as the keynote speaker and Susan Greenfield. That worked really well. So I enjoyed their presentation.
I'm quite passionate about that kind of thought process from a D&I perspective. Is often we think about D&I as just race, ethnicity, gender, sexuality, but we need to think about diversity of thinking and thought. Just because people don't look the same doesn't mean to say they don't think the same. So we've got to be kind of careful that we don't end up with a homogenous workforce. Because we think people are different.
But you know what? There's something I'd like to ask you about this that I've, a bit of a bee in my bonnet about this. And I think diversity of thought can be a cop-out on really challenging real diversity. So companies are saying, oh, well, we're talking about diversity of thought, so we're actually doing diversity. No, you're not.
No, I agree.
No, you're not.
I'm not
and I think we ought to call difference in thinking, we ought to take diversity out of that, because there is a confusion. Because people really should not think that you can get away with doing diversity of thinking, and that's embracing difference, but not actually deal with the real silos and prejudice within your own organisation.
I agree completely, But what I'm concerned sometimes is we decide to hire someone who looks different, assuming they think different. And actually, if the person looks different but has a different sense of self, different perspective, different experiences, then yes, they should be different. But there's a danger we end up employing the same people with the same degrees. And just because someone's in a wheelchair doesn't mean to say they're going to be different of thinking.
Absolutely.
But you're right. This is not a substitute for diversity and inclusion.
It's
another dynamic.
I think it's a completely different, and it ought to be taken off the diversity agenda and dealt with differently. And I think that's about using the whole of who people are. The best of people are, and you understand that people are going to come with different perspectives, and you embrace that, but that isn't different to being diverse and inclusive.
No, you're perfectly right. You're right. We should. So what do we call that? What do we need to call that? So diversity of thinking is different to diversity of characteristics.
Well, sometimes I know it's important to label these things, but where did that label come from? Because I expect that everyone I meet has a different perspective, different experience, different skills. I kind of expect that they're going to think differently to me. And the reason why I'm interested in getting to know them is because I want to know how they think, because it's different to me. So why do I need to label it as diversity of thinking? Because actually, that's the point.
But isn't the danger if I raise it like this and we say, no, that's different. So in order to be different, we have to be able to kind of categorise it. Otherwise, it becomes the same. So if I say diversity and inclusion, I say, well, actually, how people think is important as well. And then we say, well, no, that's not diversity I'm talking about. So we do need to create a grey area where we talk about this or we're talking about that.
Well, I think people have different perspectives because diversity of thinking is about your experience, because that's going to inform how you think. It's about how you're brought up culturally, all of these, and that's all of these things, your values, all of these things,
personal brand,
all of that is going to affect how you think. So isn't it about the perspective that you have, because then it encompasses how you think, the diversity of you think, rather than separating out that thinking is supposed to be diverse. Well, actually, it's just thinking.
I'm certainly not thinking about disprofiling, Myers-Briggs. That's not what I'm thinking about.
No, I'm not thinking. You get in the picture.
So I'm out of the picture.
She's moving away.
I'm not a big Myers-Briggs or disprofiling. They have their purpose. They're quite good fun, like horoscopes. But yeah, we can't use those to label.
It's not a substitute. I mean, to be quite honest, I use Disc Profile, and what I like about Disc Profile is I put people in groups, and they understand their own profile, and then I get them to identify who in their team or in their local community is a different profile. How quickly they can identify, that this is, cautious or C or I or whatever. But the thing is, when you go out in the sales environment or you meet new people, because you know someone similar to a different profile to yourself, who who you get on with, who you've found a level with, it allows you to think, oh, this person's like similar to that, but I kind of get them, I understand them. But it's not that they're different. It's like, actually, I can get where they're coming from. I can then adapt what I say to meet them because I've done it before for this person. So it actually helps them to understand how they can communicate with people that are different to themselves. Because what we tend to do is always communicate in the way that we want people to communicate with us. And what that allows you to do by understanding, actually, there's differences in my team or the people, my family, and I have to communicate with each one of them differently, then when you take that out in the wider world, you can do the same thing, and it's not such a massive leap. So that's the way that I use it, rather than it being something that defines you, and you have
it's
to...
another tool in the box, sort of thing.
Exactly.
Well, we kind of moved on there for the ambassador program. We've got Mark involved, and then this is the spontaneity of a conversation out of nothing. This is what I love about this app and this video, and what we picked up.
But also being at this event, because it sparks different conversations and gets you to think about different things.
We're here to think, here to learn, here to adapt, here to share experiences. Well, thank you for staying this far into the video. Really appreciate it. So there'll be much more content coming up on this channel in the near future. So for now, I'm Joanne Lockwood from Sea Change App, and
I'm Janice B. Gordon from Scale Your Sales.
Great. See you later.
All right. Bye.